Campbell on the Arrows defense. There's no score in the hockey game to Ted Taylor at his own blue line to John Shella. Shella lead pass for West. Too far ahead. The goaltender Bromley comes out to play it away from West. And here is Bill Davis on left wing for the Jets. Got it now to Bill Lasuk. He lost the puck in center ice to Ted Taylor. Back to Scott Campbell on left wing in center ice to Steve West. West leaves it for Ted Taylor. Chased back inside his own blue line. A very close checking game right now. Here's Taylor dumping it in across the Winnipeg line. Ted Green on the end boards. Fires it around on right wing for Robert Guindon. Guindon shoots it around on the near boards in the Jet zone to Bill Lasuk. And Lasuk fires the puck to center. And here's Guindon with a breakaway. Down right wing. In a shot. He scores! Robert Guindon, after a great pass by Bill Lasuk, he threw it along the width of the ice, and Lasuk got the pass to Guindon on right wing at the center ice red line. He walked in all alone inside that Arrows blue line and beat Wakely with a quick wrist shot to give the Jets a 1-0 lead.
Beautiful pass at center ice. Guindon moving down that right side, and he picked the short side, getting it over the glove of Wakely. A left-hand shot moving in. He had a lot of net to shoot at.
Had 67 scored against, and now Houston clears it down the length of the ice. Jets have Hall and Green on the points. Up front, Winnipeg with the line of Sullivan, Crisco, and Lindstrom. Here come the Jets on the power play, clearing it into the Houston zone. Rich Preston backhands the puck to center ice and going back to get it. Willie Lindstrom to Bobby Hall inside that Jets line. The Arrows have Hale on defense with Campbell. Ruskowski and Preston up front as the penalty-killing forwards. Now the Jets move in. The Arrows break it up, and here's a 2-on-1 right. Ruskowski with Preston. Green back. Here's Ruskowski moving in front to Preston. A shot. Save. Rebound. Larry Hale overskates it, and back come the Winnipeg Jets. 3-on-1. Now one of the men falls. Here's a pass in front. Hall in on goal. A shot. They score. Dave Crisco. After a great play by Bobby Hall, breaking in off the left wing, he pulled the goaltender Ernie Wakely out and centered it in for Mr. Crisco in front, who had a wide open net, and he just putted it in to give the Jets a 2-0 lead.
Tough break for the Arrows because a short-handed goal would have really helped them in that situation. And just putting a little bit too much pressure on, getting three of them caught down into deep in that Jet zone. Finally, Hull coming back, and he is not a selfish hockey player. He moves that puck around and passes it across the crease. Wakely had moved to block the shot by Hull, and the open net was there.
Hull made a great play, didn't he?
Beautiful passing play across that crease area.
I tell you, one guy the Jets miss, defenseman Lars Eric Schubert. He's out tonight, as is Dan LeBratton and Joe Daly. Face-off will be to the left of Bromley. The Arrows get the draw to Ron Hansen. Centering in front. West, the shot, save, rebound, score! Steve West. Bromley made the original save, and West got his own rebound to deflect it in, and now Claxton's going to get a penalty after the goal was in, so the Arrows cut the Jets lead to 2-1. Plus, they'll get a try at the power play here. A big opportunity for the Arrows.
Well, a bonus package on that one is West got really racked after that goal. Claxton in the penalty box again, and the Arrows go to the power play. But really, the effort came off the face-off. Westy getting the draw, and then a beautiful pass across by Hanses to West on the doorstep. The shot, the rebound, and Westy behind the play and behind the goaltender, backhands the puck, and he takes a couple of shots there. He takes one shot with his stick, another shot with his stick, and then he got a shot. Claxton a very kin on you, and that's where you get a lot of breakaways.
Arrows tonight trailing 2-1 here in the second period. Andre Lacroix for the Arrows stops in center ice to get away from rookie Kent Nilsson on left wing. A pass to rookie Scott Campbell for the Arrows. He dumps it down the ice into the Jet zone. Going back is Kim Claxton. Fires it around on the boards. Don Laraway has it for the Arrows. Takes a hit by Claxton at the right point. John Hughes. Hughes checked in the play by Claxton. Clears it to the side of the Winnipeg goal. Here's Hughes bumped from behind by Claxton. In front, Laraway, a shot on the backhand, misses. Now John Hughes for the Arrows trying to make a play. Over to John Tonelli in deep against Claxton. Tonelli in, centers the puck. It's taken away, but not cleared out by Long. Here's Campbell, a shot missing. Rebound, Lacroix shoots. He scores! Andre Lacroix ties it for the Arrows at 2-2 after a nice play by John Tonelli.
The Arrows had Kim Claxton with his head spinning. He was running all over the place trying to get a piece of somebody. He could not, and finally the Arrows capitalized there, Jerry. That shot from the left point went behind the net, and then Lacroix, very nifty backhand, perfect timing as he beat the goaltender. But don't you think that Claxton was really just out to hit anybody, and, you know, sometimes you can just be a little over-aggressive in your own zone.
Exactly the word I was going to use, over-aggressive. He took himself right out of 2 or 3 plays.
Up playoffs and regular season.
Now the face-off, just outside of the Arrows blue line. Ruskowski on the draw against Nilsson, and Nilsson flips it back into his own zone where Dave Dunn has to go back and get it. Here's Dunn for Winnipeg. Now on right wing, he gave it away to Morris Lukowicz. At the left point, Scott Campbell, a shot deflected. Ruskowski shoots, he scores! Terry Ruskowski deflected that shot. Bromley made the save. Ruskowski got the rebound, and he fired it in to give the Arrows their first lead of the night at 3-2.
Well, that shot from the left point, and the Arrows are working hard in front of that net. They picked up a couple of rebounds. West on his goal, Lacroix around that net. And Scotty Campbell from the left point as he gets in on a couple of goals here. Good low shot, rebound, and then Ruskowski under the goaltender as he reached for it. 1, 2, 3, Terry Ruskowski.
And for Ruskowski, his 15th goal of the season. Arrows take the lead at 3-2. Campbell and Lukowicz the assist at 4:48 of the second period. Andre Lacroix in center ice, down left wing to John Tonelli. Into Lacroix, in on goal. A pass for Laraway was knocked away at the defenses. Tonelli and Dunn push and shove. Now Lacroix centers it. Laraway lost it. Now Crisco on the far boards, checked by Laraway. Tonelli has the puck. John Tonelli trying to force it through for Don Laraway does. Laraway in now for Lacroix, in front for Laraway. On his backhand, a shot. He scores! Got around on the forehand. Don Laraway, an impossible goal, but he scored it. And the Arrows up their lead to 4-2. Tonelli to Lacroix to Laraway, and it was in. Oh, and what a play by Don Laraway. On his backhand, couldn't get the shot, turned around on his forehand and snuck it in on the short side.
Well, a good effort by Laraway in the corner to take the check first. Tonelli working hard. Laraway worked hard, and on the backhand pass, a little flip pass to Lacroix, and then the quick return. He got it onto the backhand of Laraway, and Laraway did a spin around and fired it high amazingly over top of the goaltender there as he was down. Looked like it went between the arms, Jerry, but a great goal by Don Laraway. He themselves a spot in the playoffs in the #1 position this year in the World Hockey Association.
From the face-off, here's Hedberg in center ice for Winnipeg. Dumps it down into the Houston zone. Wakely comes out to steer it around on the near boards for Morris Lukowicz. Lukowicz for the Arrows. Got it to Ruskowski, starting out down the left wing against Kim Claxton. Ruskowski flips it down into the Jet zone. Hansis going in against Baird. Now Baird up with that puck. Hansis after him. Hansis and Baird go to the end boards. It's picked up now by Bobby Hall. He's checked by Lukowicz. On right wing, here's Wolf Nilsson. On the end boards for Ken Baird. Baird for Winnipeg. Now to Hall. It's intercepted by Ruskowski to Hansis. Hansis for the Arrows. Dumps it in on the end boards. Here's Lukowicz going in against Claxton. The goaltender lost it. It's centered by Lukowicz. Puck taken away by Bobby Hall. Jets a bit rattled right now. Give it away to Terry Ruskowski. Into Hansis, a shot. He scores! Ron Hansis increases the Arrows' lead to 5-2. And I told you the Jets were rattled.
I'll tell you, that Ron Hansis fired a good one there, and he deserves it because he's been working awfully hard to keep that puck in. Ron Tex Hansis happy about that one as he goes over to Terry Ruskowski for a fine passing play. That puck went back into the corner to Ruskowski. It was on Hansis' stick and in the net before anybody knew what happened, and particularly Bromley. Hansis getting a goal here tonight. And a nice one.
His 10th of the year, so he gets into double figures here for the Arrows.
Very good for the rookie.
By Lukowicz of the Arrows. 3:30 left in the hockey game. The Arrows leading 5-2, and they're having a good time right now. Here's Terry Ruskowski. Back inside his own line for the Arrows. On right wing to Shella. Shella, a pass for Hansis, tipped away by Hall. The Arrows start back in their own zone. They're in no hurry. Now Shella clears the puck to center, and here's Morris Lukowicz knocking it down, bringing it back into that Houston zone again. Lukowicz for the Arrows, chased back of the goal by Hedberg. Leaves it now for Al McLeod on left wing to Terry Ruskowski. Back to McLeod. The Arrows have trouble with it. Al McLeod at the side of his own goal, clears it up ahead for Lukowicz. Checked by Hall. The Arrows get it to Ruskowski. Lead pass for Hansis. Down right wing, in around Baird. Hansis in on goal. A shot. Hit the goal post. Then he knocked the goaltender back into the net. Well, Hansis didn't get a goal, but he knocked the goaltender back into the net. And here comes Baird for the Jets, down right wing, into that Houston zone. Baird checked on the play by Hansis. Here's a shot, they score! Oh, Nilsson. Nilsson scoring after that puck was loose in that Houston zone, and now Tonelli and Wolf Nilsson have a few words with one another as Nilsson was clipped with a stick on the way by. Maybe Tonelli got him on the way by as he was going for that puck, but Nilsson's goal cuts the Aeros' lead to 5-3. Don't go away yet.
Well, that goal by Ron Tex Hanses helps a little bit. You still have that 2-goal cushion. That was just sort of a turnaround play. Tough on Wakely. A great shot over there by Nilsson. It was very low, right on the post, beating that glove hand. But he paid the price a little bit.
And for Nilsson, that's his 36th. Lost the puck at center ice. Here's Laraway losing it now too. Kent Nilsson. The Jets clear it back to goaltender Gary Bromley. A minute 22 left in this one. Now Tonelli and Dunn push and shove, and they bring the sticks up. Tonelli and Dunn stand there, drop the sticks and gloves, and here's John Tonelli and Dave Dunn. Now Tonelli throws a left, Dunn a left. They both miss. Now Dunn lands a right hand. Tonelli has a hold of him. Tonelli lands a right hand and another one in an uppercut. An uppercut to the midsection by Tonelli. Dunn throwing an uppercut, lands another one on Tonelli's head. They go to the ice, Tonelli on top. They have each other in a headlock now. Dave Dunn and John Tonelli, and they both landed some heavy blows, but we'll give a slight decision to John Tonelli. He got the first 3 shots in, and now the linesman tried to separate John Tonelli from Dave Dunn. And while they try to do that, we'll take a little pause here. And now Tonelli gets up, and Dunn and he have been separated from the summit. This is Houston Aeros hockey.